When is the last time you took a trip to the lake? The beautiful fish-filled lake. I don't know, it's been a while for me, I'll tell you that. You know, as a gamer, I know you guys can relate, but, you know, normally with games, we're looking for action, right? When we drive cars, we want to go fast. When we're shooting dudes, we want to shoot them with big explosions, right? Huge rocket launchers and lots of bullets and that kind of thing. Well, today, we are playing a game called Lake, which is not about... Oh, we're driving on the wrong side of the road here. I guess you could still get into some trouble here. But this game is not about any of those things. In fact, it's about laid-back country music and delivering mail in a small town that the main character is from. So in this game, you're playing as Meredith. And I'm not sure why, but she's taken like a 2-week vacation from her main job where she works on a computer, hits deadlines, that kind of thing. But she's decided to take 2 weeks, go back to her hometown, and for some odd reason she's delivering mail. I don't know why, I don't know what the story is behind that. I thought maybe she would just visit her parents and some old friends and that would be that, but she decided to work during her time. So I don't know if she's a workaholic or what's going on here. But regardless, we are delivering mail. So we're going to park the truck here. I'm going to show you guys how this works. So you park the truck, you get out of the truck, and then you go up to the houses that need mail, and you deliver it. Some houses need a package, and then you would deliver that package. Now, this game isn't only about delivering mail. You're also going to find that there are a lot of interesting and kooky characters that live in this town.
Handwriting is the one I delivered next door. I'm guessing party invitations?
Party invitations? I'm going to turn up the volume here for you guys just a bit. I actually turned it down because I feel like there's been a trend in games lately where they mix the games up super, super loud. So I just did not want that to drown out what we're doing here. So there we go. We delivered 2 letters there. She gives you a little clue, lets you know, like, oh, someone must be sending out party invitations, I guess. So, with that, let's turn this back down just a tad here. With that, that's probably going to be information that plays into a story later on. So, we've already met a couple of interesting people who we've delivered packages to. Like, there's a cat lady who has like 6 cats on her lawn when you meet her. There's a lumberjack dude who lives... Whoa! We should probably stop there, huh? There's a lumberjack dude who lives all by himself, like way out in the woods. Who seemed like a pretty nice guy, but he seemed to get some bad news in a letter. We're going to deliver a package here. And we're going to park a little ways back, because at any point, you can actually hit the map button, and it will give you a list of the places you've already been, and it will let you know who needs parcels and who needs letters. And you can also see that on the map. You know, you can see there's a envelope for letters, and there is a package icon for packages. And if we zoom back out, you can see all the places we needed to hit in one day. So we're on the second day. We're actually still very early in this game. But we're going to try to finish out this day here for this video here. But you can see we've got a little bit of trek to make. Most of the deliveries are right here in town. A couple, you know, in the suburban area over here. And then there's one package way out here that we got to go head out to. So we are going to deliver a package here. So this is at 351 Main Street. I know that only because we are on Main Street, and that is the only main street package that we need to deliver. But it's interesting because some of these you'll roll over them and it'll let you know, oh, it's 402 Pine Street. The businesses, for some reason, if you roll over them, they won't give you the address, so you have to deduce which one is which is kind of strange that they don't just give you the address. It should, if they're gonna rename, you know, General Store was a place that we delivered a package to yesterday. If they're gonna rename things, they should really just change the parcel name to like, oh, this one should be labeled General Store, you know, that kind of thing. Makes it a little less confusing. But we need 351 Main Street, so we'll open up the back of our van and pick up 351 Main Street.
That's heavier than I thought.
Should make a comment about how heavy it is. And we're going to head into the store. So we'll probably get a conversation here because I assume we're going to run into somebody. And we're going to head into the rental store. Who doesn't like a good old-fashioned rental store? We got some half-price VHSs here. There's some good ones in there. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think I see Evil Dead there. That's pretty cool. Terminator. Ghostbusters ripoff. Star Wars. There's some good ones in it. Does it say Space Wars, I think? Yeah, it does. That's fun. I like that.
Welcome to the Flick Shack. How can I help you?
Got a package for you, ma'am.
Hold on. You're our new postal worker? Talk about not looking the part.
I could say the same thing about you.
You could, but you'd be wrong. I look exactly like I own a video rental place. If you were looking to cast a movie and needed someone to play the owner of a video rental place, you'd attach a picture of me to the call sheet.
True enough. I'm Meredith, by the way. Meredith Weiss.
Angie, Eastman. So, what brings you to Providence Oaks?
Well, I used to live here. Then I didn't, and now I'm back.
I myself have been here for 6 years. Must have been in your didn't period.
Yep, that would be smack dab in the middle of it. What brings you here?
I used to live someplace else, then I moved here.
Touche, Mrs. Eastman.
Miss.
Let's see.
So your dream was to rent out videotapes?
Not a dream, per se. More like a vision. Figured in a sleepy town like this, people don't have much to do anyways. Might as well watch a flick, right?
You certainly have a lot of them.
Choice is everything. Nothing quite tickles the imagination like the right movie at the right time.
Maybe I should watch more movies. Well, it was nice meeting you, Miss Eastman.
Call me Angie. And here, someone just returned this, and it should be right up your alley.
The postman always rings twice? Little on the nose, don't you think?
Well, I don't know anything else about you, Mrs. Temporary Postal Worker.
Miss. But touche, Angie. All right. I'll check it out if I have the time.
Take your time. This isn't exactly the most popular flick in the shack. And there's plenty of choice, regardless.
Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you, Miss Angie.
Same here, Miss Meredith.
I don't know why, but I'm really feeling like they were kind of pushing some sort of a romantic encounter there at some point. The way they were going on about the miss and all that stuff. But anyway, as you can see, that is how the conversations work. You learn a bit about the people. And from what I gather, we're going to talk about this in just a second. From what I gather, some of the inhabitants are going to ask favors of you, and you will drive around and do different favors. But I think that is the extent of the game. It's like you drive around, deliver things, you talk to them, you find out about people, you have conversations, and then some people may ask you to do a couple things for them. The AI for the driving in this game is very silly. As you can see, my van is parked there to deliver mail, and we have backed up the whole town. It made me laugh earlier because I was delivering a package to the cat lady, and I parked like on the curb, and there was one person just waiting behind me the whole time. So apparently they want to obey traffic laws to the full extent here because they are not willing to cross over the yellow line. All right, let's head to deliver our next letter. So yeah, with that, I will say that I think that this game is going to appeal to a very particular person. Someone who is kind of looking for a palate cleansing type of game, something different than what they normally play. Because I feel like regular gamers out there may be a bit bored by this, to be quite honest. I like a good game that's kind of like a slower pace every now and then. So far, I'm definitely intrigued to see where this game is going, and see what what the point is, what they're trying to say, what kind of story they're trying to tell here. Because the gameplay that's in this, driving the van around and stuff like that, it's fun, it's fine, but there's not a whole lot going on. Unless you are really, really into games that have like conversation wheels. If you are really, really into that, I think that this is something you're gonna like. All right, we are at 402 Pine Street. We have one for 402 Pine Street. A package.
Oh, that's heavier than I thought.
Also, this is as fast as you walk when you hit the trigger button. Boom. This is as fast as you can walk here. So even if you have a house, you know, that's like a couple houses up, you're probably going to want to drive there because it's going to take you a little while to walk.
Commander Grace, we have established communication with ground control. How do you wish to proceed?
Tell him we've landed the rocket.
Ground control, we have landed the rocket. We will now begin our experiments.
Package for the Evans family?
Just a minute. Commander Grace, permission to explore?
Permission granted.
Yep, we're the Evans family. Could I just take that real quick? I'm kind of in the middle of a lunar landing.
Sure. Here you go.
Oh, she's a good
Nice
mom.
helmet, by the way.
Why, thank you. I actually modeled it on the Apollo 11 crew outfit. Wait, what? Meredith?
Buzz Aldrin? I'm sorry. Who are you?
What? For real? You don't recognize your old best friend when you see her?
Wait a minute. Kay?
Great. And now I busted my colander. I knew opening the door in this thing was a bad idea.
I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you with the colander thing. The helmet.
Yeah, clearly. But it seems I'm not the only one who came in disguise.
Got me there. You've lived in Providence Oaks all this time?
Don't sound so surprised. But yes, I married Barry Evans. I'm sure you remember our high school star quarterback.
Mom!
Be right there, Commander Grace! Scanning for alien life forms. That's my little scientist back there. She's crazy about space travel, as you may have guessed, even after the whole Challenger thing.
Sounds like you're doing great. I'm happy for you.
Well, obviously a lot can happen in 22 years. So
I guess so.
So, I heard you were back in town for a while. From Maureen.
That's right. I ran into her yesterday at the diner. Your Uncle Stan wasn't there, unfortunately. I must have just missed him.
Nope. It's Moe's diner now. Like I said, a lot of things happened while you were away. Also, I work there now. At the diner.
That's great. Maybe I'll drop by sometime.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ready for a liftoff!
Listen, I'm sorry, but I don't really have time for this right now. Can't get stuck on the moon on my own, and I have to get ready for work. See you around, Em.
Good to see you, Kay. Evans!
Commander Grace, hold up! You'll never guess what I just found.
You can say that again.
Well, interesting. A little bit of backstory there. Must have been some feathers ruffled at some point in the relationship there. Okay, who we heading to next? We figured, yeah, we got through all, okay, we just got some letters over here and one last package way at the bottom. So let's go do the letters. We'll go do the last package and we'll finish out the second day here. But yeah, as I was saying, guys, you know, I enjoy a good, like, kind of laid back casual game every now and then. Sometimes I just kind of want to chill and, you know, play a game that's a little bit more simple and you know, sit back, see where it takes me. I am not against that. I also don't mind you know, real life stories either, especially like if they're gonna go somewhere interesting. That is my hope with this game, is I just hope that it is gonna go somewhere interesting and it's not just gonna be, you know, completely milquetoast, like, you know, now I moved back here because, you know, you know, that kind of thing, like I fell in love or whatever it is, you know. I could totally see it being like her missing the town and wanting to move back home because it's just a simpler life than what she's dealing with now. Because they show her at the beginning dealing with like living in a city, and she has to hit deadlines and stuff like that for her job. And she talks about how she had to miss a party because she had to hit a deadline.
Mom and Dad have new neighbors. Ziegler, huh? Don't think they ever mentioned them.
So I think that's kind of where it's probably going to go. You know, she delivers mail for a couple weeks at this place and realizes, oh, I could just do this instead. Like, I could, you know, fill in. The one thing I didn't mention is that her father used to be a postal worker in this town. So, still, like, I'm not quite sure why she is filling in for him while he's out, or I don't understand how that all is all working, but it's definitely an interesting premise, that's for sure. Here is the cat lady. Maybe we'll get a quick chat with her. You guys can see what she's all about.
Meryl, dear, so glad you could come by. Oh, it's quite the emergency.
What's wrong, Miss Jenkins?
It's poor little Mortimer.
Uh-oh.
He's fallen ill, I think. 1 minute he was full of life. The next he just wasn't.
I mean, I'm not a vet, but he looks fine to me.
Well, fact is you're not a vet, are you? You know who knows about
She's
animals, though? Is Mr. Mackey. He runs the old bait shop by the lake. Could you take Mortimer to him?
Sure, I'll get
Yeah, why
right
not?
on it. Here, little kitty, come on.
Wonderful. Be nice to Meredith, Mortimer. Don't shed too much hair in her van now.
Bye, Miss Jenkins.
Bye,
Cat
Meredith.
is not happy about
See you
this.
soon, Mortimer.
All right, so we now have our first task. So, put the cat in the truck here, I guess. All right, yep. We'll go deliver this other letter, and then we'll go do that. So yeah, that is our first task in the game. Like I said, it seems like the characters are going to give you some things to do, just like that. So I guess we'll go meet the vet of the town here and see what happens. One of the things that I will say about this game, though, is I really wish that they would have animated... Oh, I guess you can't deliver mail while you're doing a chore. Okay. I really wish they would have animated, like, you could tell that this was more a game on a budget. Probably a small team making an indie game type of situation, which is totally okay with me. I don't mind that kind of thing. But I just wish that the faces were a bit more expressive, considering you're looking at characters' faces so much, and they are talking to each other so much. I just wish there was a bit more of that going on, like, you know, eyes moving, you know, facial expressions, mouth moving, like that kind of thing. That would be probably one of my only big complaints with the game. When you have a game that is like based solely on conversations and watching people have these conversations, I feel like you need just a bit more from the character's animation to convey, like, you know, sadness, eagerness, anger, whatever it is they're trying to convey. At least that's my take on it here. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do, because we're already almost 20 minutes into this, I think you guys kind of get the game. We're gonna jump into this this chore here and see how this works. And then I think we'll call it. But I definitely want to see how these chores pan out here. Alright, so we got the cat. It's a nice little, like, bait shop with a dock and everything. Nice little place you got here. It's pretty cool. I'm assuming this is the dude.
Mr. Mackey, I know you're closed, but
What?
I'm Meredith Weiss.
Yeah, Meredith Weiss. Thomas, kid. I remember you running around the lake when you were yay high, getting into all sorts of trouble. What can I do you for?
Mildred Jenkins tells me you know a lot about animals, and, well,
Oh, hi there, little fellow. What's your name?
apparently it's Mortimer.
Well, pleased to meet you, Mort. He's a little sluggish. Has Millie been feeding him cupcakes again?
To be honest, I have no idea.
Leave him with me. I'll put him on a diet today. Maybe even catch him a fish if they're biting. With any luck, he should be up and running in the morning.
Sounds good.
Sure thing. Goodbye, Miss Weiss.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Mackey. Bye, Mortimer.
Mortimer's not a happy cat. All right. There you go. That was the chore, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Well, that is Lake, guys. I think you kind of get the point of it. I'm sure the deeper you get into it, the more interesting it will get as far as, like, conversations and interactions go. But as far as the gameplay goes and everything, I mean, that is the game. That is what you're looking at here. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more casual, something laid back, something you could just play through, you know, and enjoy yourself, you don't have to worry about, like, competition or anything like that. You just want to have a leisurely drive and deliver some mail and talk to your neighbors and that kind of thing. This is going to be the game for you. So there you go, guys. That is Lake, and of course I'll see you all next time.